Before I go, before I go and do all of the other exercises that I plan to do, I wanted to make this session as I said I would at the end of the exercise session itself, or the warm-up session rather. So very basically, as I said in the video, I've been experiencing quite a bit of shoulder pain on my right shoulder, and I've been thinking that it could have been a rotator cuff injury slash rotator cuff pain because from doing pull-ups. I was trying to do scapular pull-ups on the swings and not doing it properly, and like twisting my arm as I'd be trying to do scapular pull-ups on accident because I'd just be finding it that difficult to keep my arms completely extended and straight whilst trying to do the scapular pull-ups. And even when doing that motion, I could feel it, not the pain, but I could feel the muscle where the pain was working. So I definitely have to be careful with that. And if I do carry on doing that even if it's on accident, I definitely could be creating the foundations for a major injury in my shoulders, which could then make it way difficult to do any push movements and pull movements too, such as your pull-ups and also push-ups too, if we're talking about pushing movements. And I don't want to take that away from myself, especially unnecessarily. Even if I were to not exercise, I could get injured regardless, so I'm definitely going to keep on exercising, but I'm going to, as I've been saying, take care of my, as I've been hinting at, take care of myself through injury prevention. Yeah, I know I didn't say that word for word, but that's what I was getting at. That's my main point here. So in order to work through that, I'm going out of my way to increase my shoulder flexibility through getting my hands closer to the center of the resistance bands, which I actually have here with me. I ate quite a bit, so it's been a while since I actually did the session, but I'm now finally ready because I'm feeling full, a bit thirsty, but not over full. I overate. But anyway, as I was saying, I went from around about here when I started off the session on the bar at the very end to maybe around about here on the band, and that's as far as I can comfortably go as far as I'm aware. I could probably set up and try and show that's the case, but I'll show it through warm-ups that I do with resistance bands because it's something that I'm wanting to do from this point onward because I really want to take care of myself. I want to take care of not only just my my muscle in terms of increasing strength, but I also want to take care of my joints. If I don't have joint strength or mobility slash flexibility, then I'm making it a lot more difficult for myself to stay mobile and active, and that's not a way of life that I want to live, especially unnecessarily. That's not a regret that I want to have whatsoever. Hence the resistance band, this one in particular, is coming out to improve my shoulder flexibility. I don't really know how to set up doing increasing my flexibility. Maybe I could just take it like a normal session. That's what comes to mind first. As for whether that would work, probably, and I say that because it's worked for increasing my decline push-ups and my normal push-ups, for example. Doing sets and reps per session with that has allowed me to get stronger from session to session as I keep on basically doing the same sets and reps per session each time I work on my chest, for example. And I just find it easier and easier because I'm not switching exercise sessions as much as I used to. It wasn't something that I think about in the past. Even though I heard about it on the internet, it was just advice that I throw to the side because I wasn't ready to take it on. However, I've been ready to take it on, and now that I've taken it on, it being the idea of doing the same session each time for a few sessions, but finding it stronger after doing the same session each time, depending on what you want to work on. It's not something that I would take on board, and I'd be wondering why I wouldn't be making the progress that I could be. However, now that I think about it, I was doing that with learning new calisthenic skills, just doing the same sort of sessions over and over again, having the same motives of learning that one skill, and I'd be making progress with it. But with weightlifting moves, for example, that idea just didn't click, same way that it didn't really click with workouts at home. So there's that, and really I just had comfortable stretches. I mean, I did experience a little bit of spine and my spine working a bit I could feel it. It was almost like it was being pulled on as I went like this and twisted from side to side. I've got to be careful. Oh, my upper back felt sore just doing that alone. It doesn't feel sore as I've just been speaking and not flexing that upper back muscle, but yeah, I've just felt it now. That could be from the pull-up session actually, or the scapular pull-up sessions that I've been doing. Regardless, I just want to be careful because I don't want to destroy my spine. Like, that's a lot of mobility that I'd be losing permanently if I did, especially depending on how severely I did that. So I want to be careful with that. I'm not sure I'd be able to not feel the spine feeling tugged at, because I'd be stretching muscles that are directly attached to the spine, which are my upper back muscles. But regardless, I just want to be careful and not cause myself injury. I'd be able to be more careful through not only taking care of my health, or not only being careful during the exercise sessions, but also through being more educated by learning about what can and can't, or what will and won't, what does and doesn't cause injury to, which is something I don't really do. I'm just about starting to really up the ante with my productivity levels outside of becoming more educated. I'm finally doing that even more than I already have done, and eventually I can add another theme to my day, which would be educating myself on fitness and health through reading my personal training book and stuff like that, for example. Anyway, to go back to the session, I went out of my way to stretch off every single muscle in the body that I know how to stretch, excluding calves. Not purposely, I just forgot. And I say I feel comfortable and I feel ready to do some more exercise, even though it's around about 17 or 18 past 7 in the evening. Really nice and bright in the summer daylight though. And yeah, I'm gonna go at it. So especially seeing as I'm feeling full, I'm just gonna get myself some my flask over there, drink some, and then go from there, do some maybe push-ups or something. I've got a decline push-up and normal push-up session that I'm gonna go through, but I'm gonna make it more brief than I planned, because it's because of the timing. I'd rather do it in the morning. However, I didn't, because of when I woke up, and also because I got a whole load of other themes in the day. I feel more happy with how today went, rather than just doing like making and exporting and uploading videos. So I don't mind that I'm doing it later. It's something that I can work on as I progress from day to day with my planning and how I go about doing things throughout each day. All right, I feel happy with how the session went, and I don't feel uncomfortable. I just need to stop leaning forward a lot, as much as I am now, because that increases like a lot of spine pain I've noticed, or some spine pain, upper back, if I remember correctly, when I was doing that for a while yesterday. But it's something I will take care of eventually, as I'm just learning more and doing more and just keep developing on what I'm doing now with all this warming up and exercising and stuff. But yeah, that's it, I'm done. Cheers to getting this review out. Cheers to taking care of myself through not only being careful during exercise, but being educated on what I'm doing. Peace. And that goes for every aspect of life.